Alrighty, good morning everybody. Welcome to the stream today. We're going to have the market opening up in just a few seconds here, but yeah, as of right now, we're doing pretty well so far today. The market is coming up in a pretty nice way. We can see that CCL is actually coming up and retesting that high of yesterday, which is awesome. They might get rejected there today. The market literally just opened, guys, and the SPY is kind of gapping up, so hopefully we keep seeing this nice green momentum. So far this morning, it's been looking pretty hot, and I will definitely take this movement. So hopefully we continue up like this. Just always be careful, because yesterday, though, keep in mind, we did pop up and then start to fall back off, obviously. Towards the end of the day, that Apple news was definitely not too helpful for the market. We'll just say that, to say the least. But yeah, the market's doing pretty well today. Good morning, J Deep, Keisha, George, Iranical, and Santi. Santi says, good morning, Tom. Can't wait to see how the market is today. Definitely, I can't either. I hope it continues up just like we've been seeing here, because it's actually been looking pretty well so far. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, kind of like yesterday, we popped up, and then that Apple news really sent us down midday. So we're gonna have to see what happens with other companies coming out with more news again today and different things like that. Hopefully we don't see too much news come across the board. If there's anything that comes out with more layoffs or anything like that, it'll probably be taken as negative. So I hope that we don't see anything like that going on. But nonetheless, though, this morning is doing pretty well. Bravo says, good morning, guys. I don't know, but I feel like we are just like yesterday, pop then fade. Yeah, I could see that. Like I said, be careful of that. I would not be surprised if that happened either. Because honestly, like, let's be honest, that was a pretty big drop in the middle of the day yesterday. I would think that we'd have to have some type of small pop before we keep going down. Like, obviously, we could just keep crashing off the table, but I don't really think that that's going to happen here with the SPY. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I think I had my phone sound on there, but nonetheless, though, the SPY is doing pretty well today. I am definitely scared of that turnaround, though, Bravo, just like you said there, because that's obviously going to be pretty important. Obviously, just like yesterday, I hope we don't break back down below this like 384.50 support. I have an area like right around 385 or 384.50, so I like it. I'm Fierce says, good morning. Hey, good morning, Fierce. Thanks for joining up. And Bravo's asking, can you look at details, Nike, EL, and SPG? Sure, Nike, let's see. NKE. Oh, yeah, Nike actually looks pretty decent. Let's see. When you said details, did you mean like technical analysis, Bravo, or support and resistance or something like that? Nike, EL, SPG. Let's see. As far as Nike goes, I really like this resistance up here at the top from yesterday, around 106. Looks like 106.70, 106.50 to 106.70. There's like a 10 to 20 cent range right there, and I can kind of see that Nike is trying to break out a little bit right there, which is good to see. Like if they can end up breaking that, then I think that we'll see a pretty nice pop up. And right now they're running up towards 106, which is another resistance. So hopefully they can break that and keep going. I will say, Bravo, I like the setup here with Nike. Oh, okay, he meant retails, not details. Okay, that makes more sense. Thanks, Bravo. But yeah, Nike, EL, SPG. Let's go see EL. Been a while since I've looked at them, actually. Let's see. Yeah, they're actually not looking bad today. Let's check out that daily chart. Yeah, they're forming good support. Yeah, I kind of like it, Bravo, actually. For a shorter term play, I like it. For a longer term, it honestly doesn't look too bad either. Let's go check out maybe like Amazon, Walmart, Target. I know Amazon might not be considered a retailer, but nonetheless, they deal a lot with those consumer products. Let's see, Walmart, Target. Yeah, Target's actually not looking bad today either. I mean, the intraday movement today is not too good, but it's trying to pop up a little bit compared to yesterday. SPG is actually one that's kind of interesting though. Simon Property Group. Isn't this the company? Bravo, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Simon is the people who they deal with a whole bunch of malls, don't they? I thought Simon was big into like some retail malls, so I think that might be why they're in this retailers or in the retailing sector there, but forgot exactly what they did. I'm pretty sure something with some malls a while ago, but nonetheless, SPG's kind of triple bottoming. Honestly, bravo. I would say SPG might be my favorite setup here. I'm not gonna lie. Wow, it's actually on a huge support. Let's see. Wow, it is. I mean, yeah, that is a big support. I like this one, bravo. I like SPG quite a bit actually on this daily. I feel like we could come up and retest like 110 to 112 pretty safely actually. Okay, he says it's a mall REIT. Okay, that's right. I forgot it was a REIT even, but yeah, nonetheless though, that's really cool to see that this stock is forming a nice support. And I remember talking about this one a few years ago, so I will say I do like it kind of, and it looks pretty good, especially for the longer term. Hey, E says, morning all, glad to be back. Hey, glad to see you back, E. Glad to see you back in here. Been a while since I've seen you in the chat, so yeah, welcome back. Keisha says, IBM fell off a cliff yesterday. Let's see, IBM, International Business Machines. Let's see, oh my gosh, they really did fall off a cliff, didn't they? What went on here with their earnings? Whoa. Whoa. That's tough. I bet that made HPQ fly down. Oh, it didn't? Okay, good. Good. I'm glad HPQ didn't fall off with IBM. Oh, thank God. Let's check out that daily, though. Yeah, HPQ. Let's go back to IBM. Yeah, that chart on IBM is just... That's brutal, Keisha. I can't believe that. Iranical said Meta earlier. Sorry, I skipped that, Iranical. My fault there. But yeah, it looks actually pretty hot, Meta does, guys. I kind of like this setup with Meta, not gonna lie. Yeah, Meta has a lot of momentum. It's running up towards that high of yesterday. It actually looks pretty good. I like it. Alrighty, alright, let's see. Let me see my watch list really quick, guys. I need to make a good watch list on TradingView. I still use my watch list on Thinkorswim, which is funny. Wow, it looks like the cruise lines today, RCL and CCL are the real runners today. So we have RCL moving, CCL's breaking above that high of yesterday. So hey, I'll definitely take that any day of the week. Thinking about Thinkorswim, I'm gonna open that up really. CCL, let's go back to RCL, AAL. Yeah, there we go. The airlines are even moving, guys. There we go. Delta Airlines. Boom. George says AMC and GME. Let's see. AMC, GME. Yeah, AMC looks pretty good. Not gonna lie, those are popping quite a bit today. GameStop's kind of still popping, so good call out there, George. It's actually pretty nice. It's not my favorite stock to trade, but hey, catch some nice short-term moves with this, and you could have some pretty big gains in the shorter term. Bravo had another question. They said, you think IWM or SPY is more important here, or is more reasonable to buy here? IWM or SPY? I know I missed this question a few minutes ago, but IWM is actually, I don't know, it's a tough one. I would say get the SPY because I know the Russell consists of like a lot of the smaller companies and stuff like that. I know the S&P 500 is a little bit safer in my opinion, so I would go with the SPY. But hey, the Russell might not be bad. I feel like you could get some pretty big gains out of the Russell actually, so just keep that in mind. Uh-oh. J Deep says Citigroup cuts Microsoft price targets citing foreign exchange headwinds. Yeah, I know, right? That's exactly like what I've been saying. Our high US dollar has been hurting us, guys. It's been tough, and these companies are gonna start saying it during earnings, and I don't want to be that guy who's sitting here like, oh, I told you so, or whatever. But I will say I've been saying the dollar being high has been bad for the past couple months, and during this earnings season, I think you're gonna see a lot of reports about the dollar hurting companies. So just be on the lookout for that. I'm definitely awaiting that news. Let's go see $DXY real quick. talking about the dollar, it's actually fallen back down, which is great. You know, you can see the dollar finally hit a high here. Jeez, I mean, it's about time. It really, really is. Yeah, it really is about time. Oh, I hope the dollar finally hit highs, guys. Alrighty, let's go see here. Let's see. Hung says, what is your opinion about DAL, Tom? Hey, for sure. Let's go check out good old DAL. I like DAL quite a bit. I feel like today it's doing quite well, too. Yeah, there we go. DAL is actually exploding today. That's a huge breakout up above 32. I actually love that breakout, actually, not going to lie. So I think that this stock looks awesome. Me and Mike talked about this the other day as well, and I drew a highlight here on the chart. You can see it really exploded above that highlight and then exploded the next day at market open too. Yeah, personally, I like Delta Airlines. I think it'll be very good over the next couple months. I really like the movement with it, and I like how low it is. It got so low that I feel like right now it's just, I feel like it could pop back up safely just due to regular price action. But keep in mind, we've already went up now for a few days, so you have to keep that in the back of your mind, Hung. But I will say overall, though, I like the movement with Delta, and they've been doing pretty well since they reported earnings. I mean, their earnings weren't necessarily spectacular, but hey, they've been holding up, so it's definitely not bad. Elias says, good morning, Tom. What do you think about Boeing? Thank you. I know Boeing had some pretty big news the other day regarding, what airline was it actually? Damn, I think it was regarding Delta, actually, Elias. I think Delta ordered 100 Boeing planes over the next few years worth like $12 billion or $13 billion or something really close to that. But I kind of like Boeing. I'm not going to lie. I think it's a pretty good setup here in the shorter term. It's starting to really stair step itself up and break out, and we're starting to see a lot of stocks move. So I think that Boeing's pretty good, Elias, especially if you want to get in for the longer term. I feel like getting in long term down here around 150 or lower is definitely a good time to do so. And you can see the highs of just the past few months are even like up to around 220 to 230. I mean, that's a huge gain from where we are now. Like a huge gain. So I like Boeing personally, but you know, it is a little bit of a riskier stock. I will say I would rather buy something like Disney, I think, or something like that rather than Boeing, but that's just my own opinion. Also, I'd probably rather get something like Lockheed Martin or even like a regular airline like Delta itself or something rather than Boeing, just because Boeing's had a lot of issues. You know, they've had some crashes and stuff. I hope that they can start to do a little bit better here, but it really has been brutal for Boeing over the past couple of years. I cannot lie that they've had a lot of issues, from plane crashes to COVID issues. I mean, they've had everything hurting them. Bravo says, or actually George is saying Draftkings is about to break out. There we go, DKNG. I'm really happy to see that one. I hope this one keeps going. Let's see that daily chart. Yeah, that does not look bad. Let's see. Trend line. Wait till you guys see this little technical here. You guys might like that line. I know some people are more into these lines than others, but see this one. Ooh, it's lining up pretty well. Can't lie. Let's see. I don't know, guys. I mean, you be the judge on this one. Let me know how you guys feel about this. We're in like a bit of like a wedge here on good old DraftKings. Maybe we'll finally break this to the upside. Who knows? Kind of seems like some type of bearish wedge, though. I'm not gonna lie. I hope that's not the case, but well, it's not looking good to me. Hey, good morning, Vicky. Thanks for joining up. Appreciate it for sure. 100%. Let me know what stocks you're watching today, Vicky. We went over a lot of nice stocks today. Lots of stocks are running. It actually has been a fairly good day so far compared to most days here in the market. Bravo says, which sector interests you the most here? Tech, energy, REIT, cyclical. Let's see. Tech, energy, REIT. It's a tough one. I'm trying to think here. You know, the sector that really is interesting me a lot lately, Bravo, is the financial sector. I will say that I've been really eyeing up a lot of these banks and stuff like that down here at the lows. You can see JP Morgan, they've been falling off a ton, and they're down quite a bit. Like, not gonna lie, that's a big drop, guys, from a high of like 173 down to lows of like 106. So personally, I'm really keeping my eyes on this banking sector, Bravo. I also really like the airline slash cruise line sector. I'm really kind of waiting for stocks like Carnival, Royal Caribbean, stocks like that to start to go up. Also, like the airlines like Delta and those stocks I kind of like as well. But obviously, my favorite plays down here to buy are going to be some of the safer stocks in the market, kind of like JP Morgan or like a Disney or something like that. I obviously still love the growth stocks, but whenever you can get a lot of these safer stocks at awesome prices, I really like it. I also really like the semiconductor sector right now. I really like how AMD is low, along with Nvidia. I think those stocks are going to be amazing pickups here over the next few months. And keep in mind, Nancy Pelosi's husband actually purchased millions of Nvidia because he let some call options, or he exercised some calls, I should say. And he got 20,000 shares of Nvidia, so I'll be keeping my eyes on that too. I don't think that they'll do fairly well. I don't think they'll do well just because, the Pelosi's think they will, but I think it has a good chance to do pretty good. Nvidia is one of the best stocks in the market, honestly, so I know it might be, it's honestly fallen off a lot, actually. It's more than halved here, so hey, take the discount. Iranical said Apple's starting to drag the market to the downside again. Is that the case? I hope not. Oh, man. Yeah, there's Nvidia falling off again today. Let's see, Apple. Not good, Iranical. No. Let's go back to the SPY. All right, good news is that the SPY isn't falling off too much yet. Although, if Apple keeps going down, I'm sure it'll fall off soon. Yeah, there goes Microsoft. Had that huge reversal today at market open. Yeah, it looks like, Bravo, it looks like you were correct about that movement. That we had that pop up, then a fade. Kind of like what we're seeing here. It didn't really fade, it more of jackknife down, but hey, I'll take it. Hey, what's up? What's up, Mash? He says JP Morgan earnings were only bad because the Fed is requiring increased capital due to the uncertainty in the economy. Yeah, I know. I heard that that guy, their CEO Jamie Dimon, came out and was ripping those stress tests apart. he was going off on those, Mash. But hey, glad to see you in here, Mash. Hopefully we can talk about some good bank stocks here over the next couple months. I'm really looking to grab some down here while they're low, and I was kind of forecasting this drop to the downside, so I'm glad to see him coming down, and I'm glad I can pick them up lower. So yeah, good moves by the banks in my opinion. I think they're at pretty good prices, at least to start to average into. Even if you don't like the banks here, I think averaging into them will at least be a little bit smart, or maybe short some puts to maybe average in that way if you want to. But nonetheless, I think the banks are in a great spot. Mash, let me know how you feel about the banks right now. I know you deal with the banking sector quite a bit, so maybe some people will be interested to hear what you have to say with it too. But yeah, I didn't even talk about JP Morgan's earnings necessarily being bad in a bad way. Yeah, great prices. Is that all you got for me, Mash? I know back when JP Morgan was at highs, you were telling me it was time to buy. I'm glad I waited. But yeah, nonetheless though, I think it's a good time to buy now. now that we're down here at the lows. I'm glad to see that at least yesterday Goldman had some decent numbers and stuff. Many are just being dragged down by market movement. True, Mash, true, but I think banks were going through a bit of a bad spell there. You know, they were. They've been reporting some slowdowns and stuff like that, so, you know, I get it. I get it. You want them to do good. You want them to do good, but come on now. We gotta be objective. They don't always do amazing. All right, let's go see Bank of America, though. Go see Disney. Bill W., good morning, everyone. Yeah, good morning. Thanks for joining up today. Glad to see you in here. Got Disney falling all the way down up under $100. I mean, there we go. All the way down under 100. Honestly, Disney's another one that I'm looking to grab right now. I think it's at a great support level, right around $90 to $95 there. So, yeah, I think it looks pretty great for Disney. Pretty good buying point. We'll have to see how those Netflix earnings go, though. Those are going to be pretty important, obviously, tomorrow. Or I should say tonight, after market close. That's going to give us a pretty good insight into Disney. Now, it's not always 100% with Disney, obviously. You know, Disney has a lot of their own stuff going on. Hey, Stud says, how we feeling about Netflix today? Hey, I'm talking about it right now. So, yeah, Netflix reporting today in after hours. Like I said, it's going to affect Disney a little bit. Obviously, they're different companies, so it's not going to be 100%, but it will give us an insight maybe into, you know, some of Disney's streaming numbers a little bit. I will say I like the way Netflix has been kind of going here at the bottom. If I look at the Netflix chart, you can see how they've been really forming a pretty good bottom down here. It doesn't look as bearish to me as Netflix was looking on its first drop down. And I'll be honest, if we have another big gap to the downside like this, my jaw will just totally drop regarding Netflix. So, I don't know. I'm not saying the earnings will be good, but I don't think that we'll see another huge gap down like we did before. So, we'll have to see exactly how that goes, but nonetheless, yeah, I don't think it'll be that bad. I don't think we'll have another gap like that, but I think it could be pretty good here for Netflix and after hours. I'm hoping that we can at least pop back up and start to retest maybe like 210. Maybe if we could get up to like 220 or 250, that would be even better. And we might be able to come up and fill this gap here to the upside, which would be awesome. So, yeah, if we could fill that gap, it would be amazing. And honestly, that's what I'm looking for, Stud, is some type of gap fill like this back to the upside. And I'm not saying that that's going to happen today with earnings, but that's what I'm looking for with Netflix over the next few months is some type of gap fill. But this poor company was so overvalued. I just cannot believe that they fell off from 700 down to what's the low? The low was all the way down around like 166. I mean, that is insane. Stud says, in how many hours, sir? Let's see. Market closes. It's 9 a.m. Central Time, so we got 3 hours. I think it's about 6 hours. Right about 6.5 hours, Stud. I think. Maybe 7. I'm not sure exactly how many hours away that is, but I will say the earnings will be tonight, though, in after hours. So right when the market closes, pretty much expect Netflix to report. They might report like 10 to 30 minutes after the market closes. It just depends, but usually it's always, you know, right away or fairly close to like when the market closes. Nonetheless, yeah, those Goldman earnings were fairly good yesterday. Obviously, cutting employees isn't good, but the earnings themselves were okay. Like Mash said, the earnings were good. It's just the stocks don't move. That's the issue. That's the issue. And honestly, that's all I care about. You know, if the stocks, I don't care how good the company does if the stock's not moving well. You know, so let's see. Let's go see DXY, the dollar again. Yeah, there we go, the dollar. Dollar's really starting to fall over here, guys. Maybe we found a high on the dollar. Talked about this a little bit earlier. I feel like the dollar has been especially running up to highs lately, and I feel like that we are just due for a downturn here, and it looks like I think it's coming in. I hope the dollar can end up going down at least to 105 here on the index, and then maybe even fall down to like 104 or 102 at a good case scenario over the next couple weeks. That would be amazing if we did. And if that happens, I hope that earnings go well, and then the market might set up for a bit of an uptrend. So, yeah, we need it to happen. It's about time the dollar starts to fall back over. I've been waiting and waiting for this. Let's actually take a screenshot of the dollar and go send it in the chat. All right, let's go back to that SPY. See how SPY's holding up this morning. It's actually looking pretty well. I'll take that movement. It started pulling back a little bit whenever we talked about Apple coming back down and a few of those other tech stocks, but you know, it's holding its ground and starting to go back up a little bit, which is great to see. That's awesome to see there. Actually, SPY is a pretty big resistance here right at 386.50, so definitely watch that intraday, guys. I think that'll be a pretty big level here. Let's go ahead and do a horizontal ray. Yeah, there we go. Keep it blue for now, I guess. Yeah, if we end up breaking out above 386.50, I'm really hoping for a nice move up above like 387.25, like right at that upper resistance. I'm really liking the way this price action's playing out today, though. I don't think it looks too bad considering how a lot of stocks have been falling off this morning, especially the bigger tech stocks like Apple and stuff like that people were saying. Speaking of that, let's go back and check out Apple, because it's starting to pull back up, which is great. So, good thing it's starting to come back. Same thing with Microsoft. Both of those stocks need to start to come back to the upside at least a little bit. You know, we need to see some more movement back up, obviously. And whenever we look at stocks like Microsoft, we definitely need to see some pretty good market movement here, especially like we see the daily. You can just see tons and tons of consolidation. We've been having a ton of bounces here down here at the bottom. Now, for all my technical traders out there, I mean, we are having almost a perfect inverse head and shoulders setup right now. So anyone who's out there who's into technical patterns right now, I mean, I would definitely be eyeing up Microsoft. I can tell you that. This looks pretty good, actually. Keep in mind, this doesn't always work. These inverse head and shoulders, they obviously fail sometimes, so always keep that in mind. But see how there's a head down here, right where my cursor is, right around the low of 241 to 242. Big support down there, and that's right where my cursor is. That's going to be the head for this inverse head and shoulders pattern. Now you can see there's two shoulders here, or you could call it the neckline or the shoulder line or whatever you want to call it. But nonetheless, you can see that there's a lot of wicks down here extending down to 245 or to 246. And you can see that's a pretty big level of support there. So that's going to be our neckline. And that's what gives us now this this inverse head and shoulders pattern. So I'll go ahead and draw it out here a little bit. From there to here. There we go. And then we're going to draw, we have the head down there too, which we're going to put into a box or a little rectangle, I guess. There you go. All right, so you got the head in the box, you got the shoulders on the green line, and now pretty much all that we're doing is, if you're looking to take a trade on this, it's pretty simple. All you're going to do is look at Microsoft, And as long as it stays up above this neckline, you're good to go. You know, that's the main thing here. You can buy in as like a longer term swing trade, maybe even a long term play if you want to, especially because it's on the daily. But if we stay above that neckline around 246, should be pretty solid with Microsoft. And if you're grabbing shares, that's a pretty safe, you know, risk reward ratio when you calculate your upside movement potential to the downside risk. So if you lose, you know, you might lose like $10 a share. Okay, so just imagine that, like $10 a share is your potential loss on this, because you'll want to cut below that neckline. You know, if it starts going down, you don't want to just hold through the neckline. You know, that'd be counterproductive. So you're going to want to buy somewhere around here and then hold. Obviously, you're going to want it to go up. And when it starts to go, you know, you can start to sell out. Like, obviously, you want to go more than like 10 or 20 points out. Give yourself a nice 2-to-1, 3-to-1 risk reward. Could be pretty good there to make if you make that risk reward ratio in your favor. George says AMD, your free day trade, Tom, is about to break out. I hope it does. Let's go look at that. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. I think it just broke. Yeah, there it goes, up above 83.30. Now we're all the way up to 83.62. There we go, AMD. Have a nice day. I hope it keeps going. There is some upper resistance coming in here fairly soon, but yeah, it looks pretty hot actually so far today. Yeah, it's not looking bad. I'm glad to see that breaking out. Let's go see Draftkings. Yeah, Draftkings is another one up there, right around the high of day. Still looking really hot. I thought maybe this one would start to pull back or slow down a little bit, but yeah, it's holding its ground very well. The cruise lines, though, they started to come back down a little bit, which I'm not too surprised of. Yeah, I'm not too surprised with that. Speaking of that, I need to throw a cruise line up on my other monitor. But yeah, let me know what stocks you guys are watching today. Let me know what you see running with momentum. We can definitely get into that. I know MASH is into the banks. Let's see. Good old JP Morgan. Yeah, I think it's a great time to buy the banks nonetheless. Great time to buy. And they haven't been doing terrible. All right, let's go back and check out. Let's see. What about Netflix again? I wonder how they're going to move heading up into those earnings later tonight. That's going to be a tough thing to look at tonight, because Netflix's earnings are obviously pretty big, and a lot of tech stocks bank on Netflix. So we'll have to see how that goes tonight, but I hope it goes well. Talking about earnings, though, we had some earnings come out this morning with Johnson & Johnson and Lockheed Martin. Johnson & Johnson's not really doing anything. Lockheed Martin actually dipped, but they're coming back up a little bit now. Wow, Lockheed is looking brutal on that daily chart. Yeah, that is looking pretty brutal, actually. Pretty bad sell-off. Hopefully we can form a nice support soon. I feel like buying Lockheed soon will be pretty good to do, but I don't know. It's kind of hard because obviously Lockheed and a few of those defense stocks were doing quite well with the Russia news going on, but once that Russian news subsided, they've all been kind of falling back off a little bit. So obviously not what you want to see with these defense stocks, but it's all right. Mike Chang says, doesn't Pelosi have a big position in Disney? You know, I thought she had some call options she bought. I'm not too sure if she has any shares yet. Let me try to go see. There's actually a website that follows it. Let's see. Yep, here we go. Here's the article from back on March 3rd. Mike Chang. So you can see Nancy Pelosi has disclosed her husband's new batch of investments, which includes $2.9 million worth of Apple, Disney, PayPal, and American Express shares. So yeah, Disney is one of the things that she was getting into. See if I can find something here about the Disney stocks. Yeah, nothing particular there. Here we go. Yeah, she got some Disney. I don't know how much she got of it, though. That's what I'm trying to find, is how much she got. Or what she did. Because I'm curious if she got shares or if she got options. Yeah, it looks like they're not going to tell me, but nonetheless, though, they definitely did, Mike. They definitely did get, or she did buy it, nonetheless, and I thought she did. But yeah, Bravo says hit the like, y'all. Definitely smash that like button. It definitely helps us out here today. And I will say the market's been having pretty good movements this morning. So, hey, smash that like button. It's been a pretty good day so far. Pretty good movement. Like I said, the watch list is looking pretty good today. Like CCL's moving. We have a GameStop up. United Airlines is up. Wynn Casino, which is great. PENN's even moving. So, yeah, great movement today. Bravo says my biggest portfolio is Disney at 140, so that's your biggest stock, and he's in at 140. Yeah, that is pretty high up there, Bravo, up at 140. That's honestly around though where I was looking to get in too, so not blaming you on that. That's for sure. It's definitely tough to call the bottom, but I think Disney will be just fine. You know, they'll adapt and do pretty well. Those streaming numbers worry me a little bit, but I feel like they'll do well over the next few years with their parks and everything like that. They're just too big of a company. Bravo also says MDT, Medtronic Medical Company. I have a chunk of it and down. What do I think? Let's see. This is actually a pretty hard setup here, Bravo. As far as this goes, though, it's having a very nice double bottom down here. I mean, I would say at minimum, watch this double bottom. It's only like $2 away. Yeah, if I were you, I would just watch that double bottom. If we break back below that, I'd probably sell out. But if we start to fly back up, then I think it could be a pretty good hold. So Bravo, I feel like Medtronic could be good. I will say I do not personally know enough about this company, though. I don't know exactly what they do as a company. I don't know. Obviously, it sounds like they're in the medical industry somehow, but I don't know like what kind of products they make or anything like that. So take that with a grain of salt, Bravo. But I will say they're on a pretty big support and they're double bottoming. So I would watch that double bottom here. And if that holds up, it could be a pretty good hold. So I would say hold until you see it start to break that low there. Unless you see it start to pop up and then you want to like de-risk yourself a little bit after it pops up a little bit, then that could be a good idea with MDT. He says Coinbase is falling off. Not good. Not good. Let's see good old Coinbase. Oh, yeah, that is brutal. That's a big drop to the downside. Down under $58 now, actually. Not what you want to see. Definitely not. Okay, so Bravo says Medtronic does all the pacemakers for heart patients. Bravo, that's how I know that company, because my grandfather had pacemaker and he had to have it operated on like 2 times. So yeah, I think that's why I know that. And we had like a little machine at home that would read his pacemaker and send the information off to the doctor. And I'm pretty sure that little machine said Medtronic on it. So that's funny, Bravo. But yeah, nonetheless, that's really cool to hear that. And that's good to hear, honestly. I feel like that could be pretty good as a stock if that's what they're into. It's just a tough sector. Like, they've fallen off so much already. Like I said, though, I feel like it's forming a really good support down here. He's also saying Neo/LI sold off, and George says Tesla is seriously dipping. So we have Tesla seriously dipping along with Neo and LI. Oh gosh, guys, yeah, this Tesla setup is not looking too hot. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like this setup. I don't like it one bit, guys. Just trying to eye up some technicals here. But yeah, this is a pretty bad looking setup for Tesla. I just don't like the way this is forming a support down here. It's not looking good on a technical basis either. You know, like usually we'll see like maybe like a head and shoulders or some type of support form, but right here it's like it's been all over the place consolidating. I feel like it's just like waiting to have a big move. But yeah, it really is dipping down today. Poor Tesla. That's a pretty bad intraday dip down. You're right. Neo also having a bad move. Yeah, that is rough there with poor Neo. Oh yeah, they also said LI. That's right, LI. Yeah, Raymond put some hiding faces. Yeah, I'd be hiding today too, Raymond. That's a bad drop out of Tesla and some of these EVs. That is actually pretty rough on that movement. But give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna throw up the SPY real quick. I'll be back in 20 or 30 seconds. Alrighty, guys, I am back. Sorry for that. Had to run really quick. Let's see. Bravo says, "What's Spy doing?" Yeah, Spy isn't really doing too much here. Just kind of consolidating here today. It's popping up actually right now. Actually having a pretty good little move up. I'll take that. For how we started moving there for a little while with Apple and stocks like that. So yeah, great to see Spy breaking back to the upside. That's a really good sign right now. So awesome movement there, coming up to 387.50. Not a bad day actually. So I'll take that any day of the week. George says check F. Let's see. Ford. Oh my gosh. Ford is up a lot today. Wow, 5.3%. There we go, Ford. Have a day. They've been really climbing my watch list. They're almost all leaders now. What did they announce? Let's see. Ooh, they announced details for their 2022 conference call. It says they're going to release financial results at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, July 27th. Nice, nice. And then at 5 p.m. they'll have their conference call with Jim Farley and John Lawler, the CEO and the CFO. So pretty cool there. I know Jim Farley, the CEO, is pretty cool. He's always coming out with some funny. I liked it when he did his interview with Jim Cramer. I thought that was hilarious. Talking about that interview, guys, would you guys be interested in watching that interview at all with Jim Cramer? If you would be, we might turn it on here and maybe check it out, because it was pretty cool at the time to see them do that. Ford CEO interview. Here we go. Oh wow, that was already 7 months ago. Actually, never mind. I didn't realize that was that long ago, guys. Wow. Here we go. We'll see what keeps the Ford CEO up at night. This is funny. Let's see.
Thank you, Kelly. Jim Farley, big day as you begin shipping essentially the F-150 Lightning. You made a statement just a few minutes ago on stage. You said this is just the beginning, ramping up production, accelerating production up to 150,000 a year. Can you make it to 150,000 in the next year?
We can. We have to blow out this building. We've upgraded the building twice, but it's all about batteries and raw materials. And we have the batteries secured now. We're in good shape.
What keeps you up at night?
For sure, a couple things. Batteries, raw materials that go in them, and localizing that raw material supply chain in the U.S., and the consumer credits. We have to be competitive with China and Europe and have consumer credits to help people. This is a $39,000 vehicle. We have to help regular Americans get in this technology.
Get that $7,500 incentive.
Yes.
So here's the question. You know that we don't have localized materials for sourcing of batteries. It's going to take some time there. If I'm an investor, why do I believe that Ford can produce 600,000 EVs annually when the supply chain is just not there for not just you guys, the industry?
Well, first of all, we're going to protect these electric vehicles. This is a strategic move by the company that gets us 600,000 units. If we're shorted on semis, they're going into these kind of products, number one. Number two, it's Ford Motor Company. The B-24 Liberator, ventilators during the pandemic, the Model T. This is what we do. We're not some new startup. This is what we do. We build things in scale. We know how to do this.
You said on stage just a few minutes ago, this is the beginning of taking on Tesla, beating Tesla. Can you catch Tesla? Because the analysts out there believe that the gap between you and other automakers and Tesla is widening. You're not closing it.
I wouldn't bet against Ford. There's a small team that did this product. This is America's best-selling vehicle. We're electrifying it. We're having 200,000 orders. The demand on the product and the way the company's executing, Mustang, Transit, you know, we really have a chance. Now it's up to us to execute. We have to execute to do that.
And you know that execution has been a bugaboo for you guys,
sure,
especially in the last 15, 20 years. What have you done to make sure that this launch is not hit with the same problems you've seen in the past?
I've been personally involved. I talk to Linda every night, who's the chief engineer. I come down to the Rouge at least every weekend. We're all
like
involved.
the Ford
Everyone
CEO,
knows
guys.
how important this is. The F-150 is second only to iPhone in revenue as a consumer product globally. We know what this launch means. We know. And we're on time. We built 2,000 units already. Some of our competitors have been building for a year and haven't built 2,000.
Getting back to the question of...
I like how he said that. Some of our competitors have been building cars for a year and they're not even at 2,000. Lucid, Rivian. No, I'm just joking. I think those companies started doing a little bit better now, but probably not at the time of that interview. But I thought that was funny, guys. Nonetheless, I think Ford, their CEO is pretty cool, and their stock has been really running up there. You can see though he's pretty good at the interviews and stuff, and does pretty well. George also said Draftkings faked me in. Oh no. Oh yeah, it did. Oh man, yeah, Draftkings ran right up to resistance. Oh, let's see. I actually have a resistance posted on my chart there. Oh no. Oh. Sorry about that. There, George. Dang. Yeah, that is tough, isn't it? That daily chart of DraftKings, like I said earlier, you can tell it's like in this range here, George. Yeah, it did. It faked out a little bit. Yeah, we just got to wait for a nice breakout with a daily chart up above this range, I think. If we could see a nice breakout up above this upper green line, I think we could have a pretty nice move here with DraftKings. But right now, it's kind of staying in between this wedge, unfortunately, George. Little sad. Iranical's making me happy though. INTC up 2.5%. There we go. I'll take that. Yeah, hopefully they report some good earnings here. I hope they report some people are getting back into the computer market or something, because, man, poor Intel's been getting beaten down on that daily chart all the way down to, what, 30? Oh my gosh, we almost got down to the low level I was talking about. Wow. Wow, I was calling 35 as the low. Got down to 36. Wow. That's pretty big. That was really close, actually. Wow. Surprised myself with getting that one that right. Wow, yeah, that's pretty good. Because I own Intel up around 50, guys. So, as it started to go down here in my mind, I was sitting here, like, thinking, you know, if this stock starts to tank over, you know, like, where's it going to go down to? And I was like, in the past, I was looking, I was like, man, like, where's it going to go? I was looking like 35, which is like right in the middle of this range here from like 2015 to 2018, right around $35, right in the middle. And we got pretty close. You know, we got within like within about 50 cents. So, well, I'll take that. Let's go see if AMD is still doing well today. See if we're still breaking out or not up above that upper level I mentioned, 83.30. You know, it tried to break, but right now it's just kind of holding. It did break momentarily, and you probably could have caught a pretty quick scalp on it if you were scalping, but yeah, it looks like right now it might end up falling back off to the downside, so be aware of that. It's obviously in a pretty crazy setup here, nonetheless. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of like this $83 bounce on AMD in the short term. Looks pretty good. That might be a little bit of like a dip buy intraday, maybe. We'll have to see how the price action goes, but definitely not bad. Let's go check back in on the watch list. See good old Fubo leading the way now up. It says only 0.4%. Hang on a second. What happened here, guys? Did Fubo do something today? Hang on. Okay. Now it came up. Let's see, though. Yeah, there we go. 6.75%. Now it looks a little bit more normal. Man, this chart looks crazy with, like, the low volume, I guess. I mean, wow. That hourly chart looks a lot better with Fubo, though, nonetheless. But, yeah, they're leading my watch list today. Looks like Carnival Cruise Lines is actually coming up as well, trying to retest its high of this morning, which is awesome. Yeah, Carnival's having a great morning there, actually. Yeah, there we go. Start breaking there with Carnival. Some of those call options are doing very, very well today. Very well on some of those. On good old Carnival. It's actually a pretty decent intraday setup today compared to most stocks we're seeing move right here. Yeah, let me know what stocks you want me to check out here at the end of the stream, guys. We'll check out some last minute plays if anybody wants to see any. And as of course, always, guys, smash that like button. I'll really appreciate it. We definitely you know, we've definitely been trying to switch some things up a little bit, and we're talking about maybe doing some more stuff on the stream. So, yeah, definitely throw out some suggestions if you guys want to see any suggestions for the live streams as well. I'm always open to that. I know we talked about some suggestions a little bit in the past. Some of them we can do, some of them we can't, of course, but it's always cool to see what people are looking for, because, you know, it's always you know, we always want to bring the best experience possible, if that makes sense. I have to see if I can get some watch lists here on TradingView. Let's see. Let's go over here. Oh wow, you can do like some live chat. There's a CCL chat. What? What should I didn't even know they had this, guys. Wow, look at this, yeah. So I could say, like, let's just see what it does. I'm just curious to see what it does. Oh, they have to verify my phone number. Okay. Alright, fine. TradingView, you beat me today. You got me. And guys, don't forget to check out our new script as well. If you guys are into technical indicators and stuff, don't forget about our new script. This is going to be really important here. You know, I'm going to do this. You guys won't hack my phone. We'll see. We'll see. You guys aren't going to hack my phone. You better not. There we go. I had to verify my account so I could like Mike's post here. But yeah, you got to check out our new algo, guys. This is actually awesome. So we have a stock algorithm that we've had on TradingView for a long, long time. And Mike actually just went through and updated the whole entire thing, guys. It is awesome to see. It still has all the old features, but now it has all the new features as well. So check this out, guys. This is really, really cool. So here's what I'm going to show you. You can see on my chart right here how we have at the bottom right. This is part of the algo down here. So you can see it tells you the correlation to the SPY. So CCL has a 0.8 correlation to the SPY, which is amazingly strong, actually. If we go look at something like Penn Gaming, for example, you can see their correlation is only 0.54. So there's a lot of differences like that. But as far as it goes regarding, you know, these stocks and the algo, down here at the bottom, it gives you the average percentage rise per day. So on an average day, CCL rises, it moves up 3.12%. On the average day it falls, it goes down 2.77%. And then the percentage green days are 44.22%. So pretty much 44% of the time over the past year, Carnival has been green, which is interesting to see. Same thing with the red days. You can see they've been red 55% of the time. So you can kind of look at those numbers and say, well, hey, if I bought calls every day, then obviously it wouldn't do quite as well because our red days, you know, they're obviously more prevalent than the green days. So I just wanted to show you guys that part of the algorithm. And then if you go look at a daily chart of the algorithm, you can see here, it'll actually give us overbought and oversold signals, which is really, really cool. So you can see on CCL here, if we go back, it gives some. Keep in mind, CCL is a risky stock, so it doesn't really come up the best. The best ones to look at this on are stocks like Apple, Walmart, stocks like that. And you can see here, once I change the settings, confidence level to 1, because you can change the confidence to try to have it show more oversold signals or less, depending on what you want the confidence to be. So for Apple, we'll put the confidence on 0 because it's such a good stock here in the market. You have to put confidence pretty low. So you can see how it's giving you a bunch of oversold signals here on Apple whenever Apple's been at these recent lows. So it's a very good example here, but it gives you those oversold signals. You can also have it give you support and resistance. So if you uncheck that box, wait for this to load up. Now it gives you automatic support and resistance levels too, guys. So it's really cool. This algo, I'm telling you, it is something awesome that Mike made here. Really cool to see. He consulted me a little bit during it and was like, hey, Tom, will you check this out? Will you use it for me and stuff like that? And I was using it a little bit, gave some feedback and stuff like that, and we made it pretty good. So yeah, definitely check out the new algo, guys. Those automatic support and resistances are very, very helpful. Obviously, I don't use them during the streams a lot because it can kind of clutter the chart. You know, a lot of new traders will see this and not really understand, but you know, for right now, it's definitely helpful. But yeah, the overbought and oversold signals are awesome too. You can see how those oversold signals are generally pretty good. Like they've been showing up at the lows pretty often. You can see, yeah, pretty much during every downtrend, there's been some nice levels there for Apple. George says we're going up now. Yes, we are, George. Yes, we are. Great to see. Looks like that SPY is actually bouncing well off of support, and yeah, I would say SPY is going to be breaking above that high of yesterday pretty soon. It's looking pretty hot, and Yeah, it looks like we're going to be coming up and testing that 390 resistance. I think we could definitely break it. Keisha says, let's go AMD. Hell yeah, Keisha, let's go. Let's go. Let's get that breakout. We've had that nice break up this morning above 83.30. Ever since that nice break, we've had a really nice move up. So, pretty nice move here. I'll definitely take that. So, thank you so much for saying that one, Keisha. Kind of forgot about them for a second, but yeah, glad to come back and see him doing quite well. Let's see. All right, all right. Wow, yeah, that's an amazing move with AMD. There we go with CCL. CCL breaking out. There we go, guys. I mean, that's an amazing move there with CCL. Glad to see it moving up in such a good way. But I appreciate you guys all joining up on the stream today. Of course, I really appreciate all the nice comments and everything like that going on. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the conversations. George, Iranical, Keisha, Bravo, of course, Raymond, E, Stud. Thanks for joining up today, Stud. Mash, it was awesome seeing you in here today. I know you're always lurking, but Bill W, thanks for joining. Vicky, Elias, Santi, J Deep. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Seriously, I hope I didn't forget anybody. If I did, my apologies. I'm Fierce too. I think I forgot I'm Fierce. So there we go. Got him. Got the last one. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining today. Have a great rest of your day. If you get any profits today, you better post them in the profits channel because man, I want to see them. I know you guys have been talking about some pretty cool trades this morning and stuff like that. So thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day, and let's check in on some nice stocks here. Mash goes, I'm lurking, Tom. Ha ha. Yeah. You're still here. That's funny, Mash. Yeah, seriously though, thanks for joining up. I always like talking about the banks with you. I know you're obviously in that sector, so it's always cool to get some good opinions, and I'm glad you think they're at good prices too. And yeah, I'm glad the earnings aren't as bad as maybe some of these articles make them appear, we'll say. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. Have a great rest of your day. I'll check out Intel really quick for Iranical real quick. Says he wants to make me happy. Oh, wow, there we go. Yeah, you did make me happy. Up 2.67%, right around that high of day again. Maybe Intel will make me really happy and will come up above $40 today. I hope that's the case, but yeah, nonetheless, thanks, Iranical. You gave me a nice smile there before we left, but yeah, have a great rest of your day, guys. Let's bring in those profits.